Hey everybody, it's Ben from My Sports Stop here with Richie Donnell. Today we're going to be talking about your top 10 interior offensive linemen, so
Yep.
guards and centers.
And centers, yes.
So let's get right to it. Number 10, we have a guy who bench pressed 35 at the
Yeah.
combine, Isaac Asiata from Utah.
Yeah, this guy is just what you would call a road grader. He's better as a run blocker, a guy who just mauls people and makes way in the running game. He's a stout, thick guy who's going to be able to move bigger defense linemen at the NFL level, and that's what you look for in a guard. You want a guy who's going to be able to pave the way and create those lanes for your running back.
All right, now at number 9, you have Tyler Orlovsky from West Virginia.
Yeah, when you look at centers, you want a guy, especially with the way that the NFL is going, that's able to snap in the shotgun, and that's something that West Virginia has done and developed over the last couple of years with that heavy pass kind of air raid style of offense. You want someone who's going to have that type of ability to be able to get those snaps back there and have the ability to look up and still find somebody to block versus a center that's more so comfortable with a quarterback underneath.
Okay, number 8, Danny Isidora from the U.
Yes, this was a guy who kind of surprised me over the weekend. An addition that I made recently to this list just because of how well he was able to get around and the athleticism that he showed at the combine. He's very good run blocker, very good pass blocker, so those weren't necessarily the questions. But he showed that he was a good athlete, has to overcome a little bit of that injury bug and just kind of keep moving forward and prove that he can play every down. But a 3-year starter, a kid that just gets it done.
Okay, at number 7, this guy blocked for a great running back and
Yes.
now Pumphrey, Nikko Siragusa.
Yeah, this is another kid who fits that road grader type of mold. A little more developed in the run blocking game, comes from that scheme where they lean on their running backs quite a bit. But like I said, that's what you want in a guard, a guy that can pave the way in the running game, can work in short and tight situations in pass blocking because your guys with the guard and center position are going to be so close together, and he's somebody who can definitely move bigger bodies when need to be.
Okay, now at number 6, this guy was voted as the top center in the nation last year,
Yes.
Pat Elflein from OSU.
Yeah, what I like about him, the reason he is so low is because he doesn't have a position. But what I like about him is the versatility, is that he can play both center and guard. He was an All-American guard at OSU the year before, and just told Urban Meyer, hey, I'll move to center if it's what's going to make the team better. So you know that he's a team guy. He can move kind of all over the board, kind of like Barrett Jones did a couple years ago for Alabama, who
Right,
played all the
right.
positions. He fits that same mold, but I think no matter where you put this guy, you're just going to get a good football player.
All right, number 5, he's your best center on the list,
Yes.
Ethan Posick from LSU.
Yeah, what's to like about him is the size. He's 6'7", which can be maybe a little tall, but playing at the SEC level, being that big, he's going to be long, which means guys aren't necessarily going to get by him, which gives him an advantage with a lot of these 3-4 fronts that we're starting to see across the NFL. He's got long arms, so when guys are going to try to get by him and cut him off and get it across his direction or across his face, he's going to be able to block them and get a hand on him to make sure that he keeps that quarterback clean.
Okay, number 4, he had a great combine as
Yes.
well, Deion Dawkins.
Yeah, when you talk about Temple guys, this is your prototypical Temple guy, just a hard nose, just hand in the dirt football player. Another guy who's going to move some big bodies, tough guy who just gets the job done. They've been changing a little bit in terms of their style, so he's been able to develop that pass block ability as they're trying to develop that passing game at Temple. But another guy who's going to be very good and able to start right away as a run blocker.
Okay, so at number 3, you have Dorian Johnson from Pitt.
Yeah, what I liked about him the most was that they had him on the same side as Biznawadi at Pittsburgh, and you could just tell and see the greatness of those two guys working together. Now, whether that's because he just happened to have a good tackle next to him, that I don't know, but he manhandled everybody that essentially came in front of him. When you have a guy that can do it all, they had a really good passing game this year, a really good run game. He's just your prototypical guard who could fit in the mold of a TJ Lang, somebody like that who can both pass block and run block and keep a quarterback clean.
Okay, now at number 2, we're getting towards first round guys,
Yes.
Dan Feeney, Indiana.
Yeah, I think going into the combine, this guy, a lot of people had him pegged as that 1A or 1B guy, just because it's so close between him and Forrest Lamp. But with Indiana's offense, he needs to be able to run block and pass block, and he can do both. Jason Spriggs was a guy that a lot of people here in Wisconsin have seen a lot, and he's very similar to that. Feeney is a really good athlete, maybe not quite the athlete that Spriggs was, but he's a guy who's going to be able to step in from day one and compete for a starting job. He's a really good athlete, tested really well at the combine, and I think he possibly earned himself some money.
All right. Now at number 1, you sent Forrest Lamp from Western Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't know what there's. I think you got to like everything about
Yes.
this guy. I mean, he was a left tackle in college. He's likely going to move inside to guard, but he has that athletic ability to do so. He ran a sub 540 at the combine, unofficial, and just that athleticism in short spaces is just going to do wonders for you.
Yes.
You know, when you have a guy that has that IQ, has kind of played everywhere across the line, you can't help but love everything that he brings to the table.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So that was your top 10.
Yes.
Here's my top 10. Little couple differences. I do have Lamp and Feeney at 1 and 2. But a guy you don't have on your list, I have at number 5 is Damian Mama from
Yes.
USC. He played with a lot of good offensive linemen with Chad Wheeler and Zach Banner at right tackle. I think Damian Mama was the best one out of all of them.
Okay.
Moving down to number 10, Jessamine Dunker from Tennessee State. This guy lit it up at the combine. I think he's been talking about maybe as a 5th-round pick. I think he moved up a round or two with his performance at the combine.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to go on our website, mysportstop.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more original videos.